Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to graph the equilibrium graphs. So what is the equilibrium graphs? It's basically a conceptual visualization for the chemical reaction equation, right? So which means that there will definitely be a region in the graph that you will identify is called the equilibrium state, and this is the thing that I will show you in a second. Okay, so first let me give you a chemical reaction equation. So right here, we're just using like the letters for this. We're not writing the real ones, but I just want you to know the concept really quick. So this is A2, like a subscript 2, and B2 is equal to 2AB2. So first of all, you have to identify that these two are the reactants and this is the products. And then let's just go ahead and graph this. So then this is the stands for the number of moles. And this is the time. Which I think this graph, the tests, like the teachers will not ask you how to how to draw, sorry, in the test or quizzes, but you have to be able to identify it and be able to recognize which section, which part is corresponding to which, and which curve is the reactant curve, which one is the product, and what section are they all meet the equilibrium. So then let's just give you the graph. So for example, this is the reactant A2, and this is the reactant B2, and this trying to be neat and nice, and this is the product AB2. Okay, so by looking at this graph, what do you notice? Well, A2 and B2 are both decreasing, right? So which means that that's actually a characterization for you to identify the reactants. So remember, the reactants are always the ones have been consumed. So these two are always the consumed ones, and the products is the produced ones, which you can see in the graphs that the AB2 curve has been increasing gradually, which means that this is the product. Okay, so then what do you notice? So there's some point, like approximately right here, and they have been both meet at one point, and then starting from here to here, you can see that there almost three curves are like a flat. So you have to remember that whenever they are flat, that means that this reaction has been reached to an equilibrium state, right? Which means that, so what is the equilibrium? So, and the same thing as here, this is also equilibrium state. So what does equilibrium stands for? Well, equilibrium just means that the reaction rate for from the reactant side to the product side and from the product side to the reactant side are the same. So the rate are the same. So at that point, we can see that this chemical reaction has been reached to the equilibrium state. And just be careful, it's not the amount, it's not the numbers of moles, like an amount of reactant and product are the same. There are a lot of students every year who missed this concept because they just misunderstood it. But actually, just remember, it's the reaction rate are the same. And if you want to graph it on the graph, it should be the flat lines, like all three lines or whatever, like the amount of reactants and products, the curves, they have to be flat. And which means that at this time, the reaction rate from reverse and the forward are the same. And if we want to graph it more accurately, we can label something point on here. So there's are corresponding with the moles, and this is like the time. I'll just label like 10, 5, 10, 15, and 20. Okay, but you remember, you don't have to graph this. You don't have to be able to graph this on your tests or quizzes, but you definitely have to identify it, like which part is which. Okay, so that's all of the things that I want to cover in this video, and I hope you learned something from this. And if you like my video, please subscribe and leave some comments below. I would like to hear your thoughts, and I hope you have a nice day. See you next time.